We're coming really close now to Lag BaOmer, and it's time to get that we've gotten together where we saw the idea of Akadadam, this name, the switch of the names. Now we have a piece where it says Yisboyer HaKesher Bein Shem Akadadam Lag BaOmer. What's it got to do with Lag BaOmer? Why could you have the switch on another day? Where do we see the secret of this? Where do we see the source of this? And so he says like this. The Rav writes like this. We're on page Kuf Tzadi Aleph. And as Vihina Kavarn is Boyer La'el, we've already had an explanation of this, although that wasn't part of this series. But Drush Rishon shall Pesa Be'inyan the Arbakosos, Kishem Akadatam Nischalak L'Shtei Bechinos, so you take this name, you divide it into two different parts. Shlosha Osios Mcios Vehem Kadat. So we switched to the right, we moved all the letters, the three letters in the middle, to the right. Hem begematria gal, and if you add up those letters, they come to the number gal. That is the word gal. The gematria is the word 33. Hem ischalpim b'shlosha osios laki. So they take the place of the three letters that exist inside of the name Elokem, which are Lamed, K, and Yud. B'shtei osios Amen. Then there's two other letters that are left over. Eina mischalpos, those we don't change. As we said before, one, because there's nothing before the first letter with the aleph. And the second one is because the mem at the end, which would be changed to a mem pasucha instead of a mem stuma, that mem, since it's at the end of the word, we keep it as a mem sofit. He has different reasons, but that's one of the basic reasons. So now what we have actually out of the name Elokim, which was changed to Kadatam, we have the word aim, and then the gematria of the word of Kadat, which is gal, rather. Ki osi is gal kevin shehim mischalpos na'asim rachamim. So we have this concept here. He says that when you switch letters, and the letters themselves contain dinim in them, if you switch the letters around, you're starting to change their nature. As a result of that, they go towards Rachamim. Ki osias lamed ke yud, which are the middle letters of Elokim, shehem din de Elokim, they are actually the din part of Elokim. Is chalfum and asa Rachamim, they get switched and they make into Rachamim. Masha ein kain b'shtosios, which is not the case of the first letter and the last letter, which make the word aim. Now, here we see how the word gal is in the middle of the word akadata. He goes on and he said, "V'zesod man she'omer Yaakov Avinu olav v'sholom ad hagal hazeh." He said to Lavan, he says ad, which we said ad is the gematria of the word akadatam. So akadatam, we go akadatam when we reach this place called the gal, which is the 33, which is the kadat, which is in the inside. Remez el Hashem hanizkar shu b'gematria ad, which is a remez, of course, to the Rav is writing. That is a remez to the word ad, which is the same gematria. So we see that the letters that are switched inside of it became b'gematria gal. So gal is the concept of the switch from harsh din to a sweetened din. Bihigalos niglos Hashem anisker b'yom lag ba'omer. So this is the day that you see this. It's on the lag ba'omer because it's in the gal. The gal is a gilui, as we could say like that, of this other name. Shuhu sod osios and mischalpos. Shuhu yoser rachmim kenizkar. As Pascal Milamabas, and as a result of the fact that this name changed at this day, and we see the reason why it changed, because Kadat is the word Gal, and now we see that change within the Elokim changes everything to Rachamim, and as a result of that, the 24,000 ceased dying. That's what happens on Lag BaOmer. So Yisbora, he has one more piece we're going to do tonight, which is a very short piece. Yisbora shorish nishmas chameshas talmidim shel samach Rabbi Akiva la'achar mikan. So now, after the death of 24,000, there was nothing left. As Rabbi Memran has said, he says that Rabbi Akiva worked his whole life. Everything he sacrificed, he and his wife, that they sacrificed to make these 24,000, he lost them all. Every single one of them was lost in Katnas. And so now we're coming to a place where we're going to start seeing this. Once we get the name Akadatam, we start talking, as we mentioned, the word Elokim Chaim yesterday, is just that there's a profound godless inside of this. And so now we're going to see how it is that these other 5 came out. Remember that 5 actually goes along with 5 Chasadim and 5 Gevuros. And here we're talking about Gevuros. So he says, Yizbor Shorish Nishmas Chameshes Talmidim Samach Rabbi Akiva La'achar Mekan. Achar Zeman Katnus, because this is how things go. We have Katnus and we have sacrifice. So whatever the real meaning of 24,000 is, the 24,000 were a sacrifice, an ego sacrifice of their lives. Bazamana godless. Automatically, that sacrifice causes a tremendous aliyah of man, what we call mayim nukvim, of beseeching of God, and it brings godless. Bazamana godless. Baz mizbatlim dini hakatnos, and when godless comes, it pushes out the dinim of katnos. Miskaime bechinas of godless, and now we establish the aspect of godless. So there's a godless within now the Elokim itself. For the Chaim Samach Achar Kach Rabbi Akiva, so therefore Rabbi Akiva was able to anoint as Chamisha Talmidim V'Gedolim, his great 5 Talmidim from whom our Torah is descended. Bechinas Chameshas Gevuros the godless, because now we're building the Gevuros of godless. Now, there's a lot to know about Gevuros. There's not a lot to learn about godless. But as we listen to, maybe you could keep these shiurim if you're wise. I think you'll hear it again next year, and next year maybe there will be more Torah that you will have learned, and as a result of that, you'll be able to get a tremendous aliyah a second time by hearing it again. Shehem keneged chamesha osi as a kadadam shehem rachamim. So this is what's happened now. These 5 Gevuros now go with 5 letters Akadatam. Velen is kaimba ba'olam v'rabitzo Torah b'rabim. So these men, they were able to keep the Torah, to establish the Torah. They spread it out into the world. Who are they? Behem Rabbi Meir, Rabbi Yehuda, Rabbi Elazar ben Shemua, Rabbi Shimon, and Rabbi Nechemiah. So that's really all I have to say about the secret of it. The next piece is Yispor Shorsh Nishbas Rabbi Akiva, Batam Hiyosa Rabbi the Kulam. What is it about Rabbi Akiva? So maybe we'll read one more because we have just a little bit of time. So it's Amnam. Rabbi Akiva and Nanu Kol Bechinas Chamesha Gevurah Shebedas. Now we said before that Rabbi Akiva is the concept of the 5 Gevuros that are in Das. Rak Bechinas Gevuro Hanikras Hod, but he's the Bechina of only one. This is the week of Hod. Hod is the thanks and the glory to God, right? But it's also on the left side. It's the aspect of Din. So we said Rak Bechinas Gevuros Hanikras Hod. Acharonu Shebechem. It's the last one of them. It's the Hod of Hod. Kavavur Etzlaita Bebekomo, which is explained in other places. But that's where he remained, the shorish of this of the Gevura, which you call the Itra de Gevura. This shorish remains in Das. But his Talmidim, which are the 5 Chasadim, they spread into the Gufa de Zah. The Hiyoski, and it comes out ki who Bechina Elyona, that since he's on such a much higher level, in other words, he's panimi to them, he's inside of them. The Gevuros HaHod Shebedas Atzmo, he is the Gevura of the of Hod, which is in Das itself. In other words, he's not mispashet into the Gufa. He remains behind. He's behind all of this. Haya Rebbe the Kulam. He will be, therefore, as a result of that, he becomes the Rab of all of them. Bafal Pishahem Kollel Kolacham Mishu Gevuros. And so even though they include all of the 5 Gevuros, the Pishahem HaTachtoinim Amispashnim Beguf, because they're the lower element. They're the element that spreads into the physicality, into the body. Gavarbi Arno, we've already explained like this. Rabbi Akiva, who Gevuras HaHod Shebedas, he's the Hod that's in Das. the katnas v'gam the gadlus. So at the beginning, when we brought in katnas, and we had the tremendous growth of his 24,000, but then at the end, when the katnas was eliminated as a result of the change of, because of the dinim, the 24,000 was stricken. And because of the change then that takes place because of this name Aim Gal, because there's a switch in Kadat, which is in the middle, therefore we change to godless. And while Rabbi Akiva is the Hod of godness, he's also the Hod within the Das of godless. And that's the story of Lag BaOmer.